You all in educational Norzo. Nowadays, cybercrime is any criminal activity which uses network access to commit a criminal act. The 24 by 7 connection to the internet makes this type of cybercrime a real possibility to the engineer from anywhere in the world, leaving few, if any, fingerprints. And hence, the internet security controls are side by side also very important to control this cybercrime. And here is one of the control now we will learn is the secure socket layer. The secure socket layer is, in short, we called it as a SSL. It provides security to the data that is transferred between web browser and server. It encrypts the link between a web server and browser, which ensures that all data passed between them remain private and free from attack. The various approaches are similar ways we are using here. For that, we are also use the TCP IP as a one of the protocol for securing the layer. If we take any example, we can have a security at the IP level, making it transparent to end users and applications. However, another relatively general purpose solution is used to implement the security just above the TCP. The foremost example of this approach is the secure socket layer, and the follow on internet standard we know as a transport layer security. Here we look at SSL, which was originated basically by Netscape. Now we take an overview of the SSL. As mentioned above, the security socket layer is a method for providing security for web-based applications. It is designed to make a use of TCP to provide a reliable end-to-end secure services. It is not a single protocol, but rather two layers of protocols we can use. It can be seen that one layer makes use of TCP directly. This layer is known as the SSL record protocol, and it provides basic security services to various higher level protocols. An independent protocol that makes use of the record protocol is the Hypertext Markup Language Protocol. Apart from this, here we are using another three higher level protocols that also make a use of this layer are a part of the SSL stack. They are used in the management of SSL exchange, and these protocols are Handshake Protocol, Change Cypherspec Protocol, Alert Protocol. Now see this diagram. This is a SSL protocol stack having four different protocol: SSL handshake protocol, SSL change cypherspec protocol, SSL alert protocol, and HTTP. And these are the three layers: SSL record protocol, TCP, and IP protocols. Now we will discuss it one by one. First, SSL record protocol. This protocol provides two services for SSL connections: confidentiality and message integrity. Here, for confidentiality, using the conventional encryption that will be convert the original text into the ciphertext, and ciphertext again converted decrypted into the original text. Here, message integrity, using a message authentication code, we call it as a MAC. In order to operate on data, the protocol performs the different actions. See the diagram. These are the basically different actions we will perform. Now this is the diagram of SSL record protocol operation. It will shows you, firstly, it takes an application message to be transmitted and fragments it into a manageable blocks. These blocks are 214, that will be the 16,384 bytes or less than that. These blocks are then optionally compressed, which must be lossless and may not increase the content length by more than 1024 bytes. A message authentication code is then computed over the compressed data using a shared secret key. This is then appended to the compressed block. After that, the compressed message plus MAC are then encrypted using a symmetric encryption. Encryption may not increase the content length by more than 1024 bytes, so that The total length may not exceed 214 plus 2048. A number of different encryption algorithms are permitted, and the final step is to prepend a header. That is, header is divided into a different 4 parts. These 4 parts are content type having 8 bytes. The higher level protocol is used to process the enclosed fragment. Second type is the major version, which contain again 8 bytes, which indicates major version of SSL in use. Minor version 8 bits, it also indicates minor version in use. For SSL v3 the value is 0, and fourth part is, or fourth field is compressed length having 16 bits and the length in bytes of the compressed fragment. And the overall this fields has been shown in above figure. We called it as a SSL record format. The plain text is optionally compressed using these 4 different header fields. The content type above is one of 4 types. The 3 higher level protocols given above that make use of the SSL record, and a fourth known as a application data. Now in this SSL we are using one type of protocol. We called it as a chain cipher specific protocol. It consists of a single message which consists of a single byte with the value 1. This protocol uses a SSL record protocol unless a handshake protocol is completed. The SSL record output will be in pending state. After a handshake protocol, the pending state is converted into a current state. Chain cipher protocol consists of a single message which is a 1 byte in length and can have only one value. This protocol purpose is to cause the pending state to be copied into the current state. Now next type is the alert protocol. Alert protocol is used to convey a SSL related alerts to the peer entity. It basically consists of 2 bytes. The first byte we called it as a label. Second byte is the alert. The label is again further classified into 2 parts: warning and fatal error. The warning is the alert have no impact on the connection between the sender and receiver, and when the fatal error will be shown, this alerts breaks the connection between the sender and the receiver. And next part of protocol is a handshake protocol. This is the most complex part of SSL and allows the server and client to authenticate each other and to negotiate an encryption and MAC algorithm and cryptographic keys to be used to protect data sent in an SSL record. This protocol is used before any application data is sent. It consists of a series of messages exchanged by the client and a server. Now, basically, this protocol has 3 fields. Type 1 is a 1 byte which indicates one of 10 messages such as a hello request. Then second part is the length, 3 bytes, the length of the message in a byte, and third field is the content. It's a greater than or equal to 0 byte, and the parameters associated with this message, such versions of SSL being used. Now, what handshake protocol will do? Handshake protocol is used to establish sessions. This protocol allows client and server to authenticate each other by sending a series of messages to each other. Handshake protocol uses 4 phases to complete its cycle. Phase 1. In phase 1, both client and server send hello packets to each other. In this IP session, cipher suite and protocol versions are exchanged for security purpose. Then in second phase, server send his certificate and server key exchange. Server end the phase 2 by sending server hello end packet. In phase 3, in this phase, client reply to the server by sending his certificate and client exchange key. And in the last phase, cipher suite occurred, and after this handshake protocol ends. Now diagrammatically it will be shown very nicely. See it. Here is a client and server. Both are sending and basically both are sending and receiving the message. Now what happened in the handshake protocol? How this communication has been performed? See, the first client sent hello message including a random message and its protocol version, session ID, cipher suite and compression method. Now server replies with a hello message with its own protocol, random message, its certificate and request for client certificate if necessary. Then client authenticates server, then creates a pre-master secret for the session and encrypts the message with the server public key, and then server authenticates the client if necessary and uses its private key to decode the message and the pre-master secret, then creates a master secret key for the session and tells the client that it will use the master key for the session. And in the fourth phase, client decodes the master key and tells the server that it will use the key to encode the session also. And here from server side, handshake is done. In this way, handshaking protocol will give the communication between the client to the server. Hence, SSL is a very with the help of SSL, that is the secure socket layer, will provide the security to the data that is transferred between web server and server. It is one of the very good security concern used in nowadays. Now, a secure socket layer is advantageous that the service can be tailored to the specific needs of the given application. Secure socket layer was originated by Netscape and it is designed to make use of TCP to provide a reliable end-to-end secure services, and hence it is a two-layered protocol. So this is regarding the secure socket layer. Hope you all understand it very nicely. Thank you very much for watching this. Goodbye.